breeze is easing as the high pressure continues to slip south across the UK for the rest of this week. But as well as being dry, it's also cloudier today. You can see the extent of the cloud, particularly in the north and the east on the satellite picture. The best of the sunshine across Wales and the southwest, which is actually where we've got the highest levels of pollen, tree pollen sufferers at the moment, having those high levels to contend with in the south and the west. Well, plenty of sunshine as well here in Coedpoeth in Wrexham. Further north, though, rather more cloud across North Yorkshire, as you can see. And in fact, the cloud does look quite menacing. It's producing a few showers. They're not numerous, but they are popping up and down across the Pennines up into southern and central parts of Scotland, 1 or 2 in the southeast of Northern Ireland. They could pop up just about anywhere, but you'll be very unlucky if you catch more than one. So for the rest of the afternoon, the cloud tends to increase across England and Wales, perhaps breaks a little bit more in the north, but temperatures are several degrees down on those of yesterday, so it does feel chilly out there, or certainly cooler if you're under the cloud and in the breeze. Now that breeze starts to come down from the north overnight, dragging in more cloud, so limiting the frost somewhat across the north of Scotland, but elsewhere, like last night where we keep the skies clear, it will be chilly again. We could have a touch of frost, certainly ground frost, but it means the best of the sunshine will again be in the morning, and we should see more for Northern Ireland tomorrow. Again, western areas and southern areas seeing the best of the morning sunshine, but I do think we'll see a general increase in cloud tomorrow as the day goes on. And temperatures again struggling just because of that breeze coming down from the north or the northeast, only 9s and 10s on the east coast. And then through tomorrow night and Wednesday, we do it all again. Cloud underneath it. The winds are falling light away from the south coast, so there's nothing to blow the cloud away either. So I think Wednesday again looks as if it'll be on the cool side for most of us, with more limited sunshine even in southern and western areas by that stage. But the high pressure does keep things mostly dry, as you can see. Keen breeze coming across in the south still, but for most of us it's the same story, that of dry and settled weather right until the end of the working week, if not beyond, Clive.
All right, Helen, thank you for that. Helen Willis there. And a reminder of our top story this lunchtime. Emmanuel Macron wins a second term as French president, vowing to unite a divided country. That's it from me and the team, so goodbye now on BBC One. Time for the news where you are. Have a very good afternoon.
Good afternoon and welcome to BBC London. I'm Frankie McCamley. Now let's get more on that stabbing in Bermondsey that left 4 people dead in the early hours of this morning. Police were called to reports of a disturbance on Delaford Road just after 1:30. Despite paramedics' best efforts, all 4 were pronounced dead at the scene. Our Home Affairs correspondent Sonia Jessup sent this report.
Well, you can see the police cordon, but also the metal fence panelling behind me, and inside there, that's where the investigation is continuing. There are forensic teams who are trying to work out exactly what happened here. What we do know is that police were called to reports of a disturbance in the early hours of this morning, around 1:40 a.m. and they had to force entry to one of the homes. Now inside they found 4 people, that's 3 women and 1 man, with what's believed to be stab injuries. Emergency services tried to help them, but they were pronounced dead at the scene. Police have arrested a man on suspicion of murder. He's believed to have known the 4 victims. In fact, they're all thought to have known each other, and he is currently being held at a South London police station. Now, police haven't revealed who these victims are. They haven't said their identities yet. They say that they are trying to contact their next of kin, and a post-mortem will be arranged shortly. The local MP, Harriet Harman, has visited the scene today. She's been talking to local officers, and the Mayor, Sadiq Khan, has also tweeted about the case, saying it's devastating. He said he was heartbroken to hear of the killings and said, "My thoughts are with the family and friends of those who've lost loved ones in this awful crime."
Our Home Affairs correspondent Sonia Jessup reporting. Wildlife experts are assessing the damage after 2 large fires in Surrey at the weekend. Around 6 square miles of vegetation and scrubland caught alight at Henley Park Ranges near to Pirbright. Fire crews remain on the site, damping down. The mental health of those working in London's hospitality industry is said to be worse than at the height of the pandemic. It's partly due to the high number of vacancies in the sector, putting pressure on existing staff. Westminster Council says it's created a £1 million scheme to help fill vacant positions in the West End. Now, tributes are being paid to a Londoner who died a year ago after diving into the Thames to rescue a stranger. The man, known as Jimmy by his friends and family, was described as a hero after jumping into the river at London Bridge. A year on, his friends and family are campaigning for a plaque to remember the aspiring musician whose music was played on BBC One Extra this morning. Graham Satchell reports.
Jimmy Adiwole. He lost his life a year ago trying to rescue someone who jumped into the River Thames. Music was always Jimmy's first love. In a studio in South London, a group of Jimmy's friends have been working on a series of tracks Jimmy had started recording.
Bridges getting burned, ties are getting cut. Where I'm from, I don't believe in words, I rather trust my gut. Only go through it if I got brothers with me that I trust. I'm still alive, I gotta thank my God, I ain't run out a lot.
My bro had talent, kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, when I heard his music, I was like, wow, like, you know, could have actually done something.
I saw guys who gained clout and changed up. I'm still the same guy I was. No amount of money is changing me blatantly.
I feel like music, it hits harder when, you know, the person's not here anymore, but the lyrics are so deep.
My love in there and you just let it go. But I'm sick of
He's a hero, so yeah, man, it's only right that we do right by him.
my dogs. Yeah, man. Hey.
London Bridge. Jimmy had just left work with his best friend Bernard when they heard shouting from the River Thames.
It was pitch black. It was like 1 in the morning. Couldn't see anything. So I remember me and Jimmy now just looking around on both sides of the river, just trying to understand, like, where is she at? We can hear the noise of someone shouting. I just remember Jimmy just going straight at it. He was just like, bro, we have to find her. He was determined to save that woman that night.
Jimmy and another man jumped in. The woman was eventually rescued, but Jimmy didn't make it.
It was like my little brother, my big little brother, because he's much taller than me. But it just shows that not everyone that you see is bad. Not everyone that you look at has ill intentions. Like, Jimmy just had a pure intention, pure mind, pure heart. It's hard. I shared good moments with him, memories that I have to cherish the rest of my life. And he's an amazing person.
You miss him?
Yeah, a lot.
Bernard and music producer 40 at Radio 1 Extra.
This is to commemorate his 1-year anniversary, right?
Jimmy's track is being played on national radio for the first time this morning.
All right, well, boys, you can be radio hosts now. You can introduce the song.
This is J Stiz 167 featuring Sykes and C4. I let you know.
I let you know. Bridges getting burned, I let go. Heartfelt pain through me, but I let it show. Money that I'm making it comes to make it go. If you're my lover, then you just let it go. I'm just living through the pain to the stars.
It's nice. It's a very nice feeling, because it still feels like he's there. He might not be there physically, but I know he's here, like, spiritually.
Man, I'm really from the hood, I'm really from the ghetto. Built like Lego, 3 shots like Mellow.
And people just admiring him, people just taking him in for a moment. Let him tell his story. Now that would be nice to tell my kids a story. That's one of my dreams right now, is to be able to tell my kids, like, yeah, that's your uncle right there. Yeah.
There have been a number of tributes to Jimmy since he died a year ago, but his friends say releasing his music is a legacy that will last forever.
Graham Satchell reporting there. Passengers travelling by rail between London, Euston and Manchester may notice some changes from today. The first refurbished Pendolino train has returned to service with new lighting, new seats and chargers. The other 55 trains will get the same treatment, but it will take 2 years to complete the project. Now, a couple who've been travelling to see each other by train for the past 7 years are on track for the next stage in their relationship. Londoner Nimrod Chauhan first met Vidya Patel back in 2014. They usually meet at Euston Station, but on their last reunion, this happened. Well, after the shock wore off, I'm glad to say she said yes. Now, on to the weather with Elizabeth Rizzini.
Hello, good afternoon. It's been a mixture of sunny spells but also plenty of clouds so far today, as you can see from our Weather Watcher photos here from Hampton Wick and from nearby Teddington. Expect to see a lot more cloud in the forecast as we head through the rest of this week. High pressure will dominate, so it is looking mostly dry. It's up towards the north at the moment, extending its way southwards, but there'll be a lot of cloud and it will feel cooler than it has been of late, but still with temperatures round about the average for this time of year. It may not be completely dry though this afternoon. We are expecting a few showers to pop up here and there. There's quite a bit of cloud around as well, and we've still got that fairly fresh northeasterly wind, so a bit of added wind chill once more. Temperatures lower than they were yesterday, peaking at around 14 or 15 degrees Celsius. But as we head into this evening and overnight, that cloud, the showers will gradually fade away to leave us with long clear spells and lighter winds. So we are expecting temperatures to drop really quite close to freezing. There could be a touch of ground frost in the rural sheltered spots maybe. It's a cold start to Tuesday. On Tuesday though, we'll kick off with a lot of sunshine. More cloud building as we head into the afternoon. Some of that cloud could produce a light shower or two, but I think most of us will stay completely dry. Temperatures again peaking in the mid-teens in Celsius. Not quite so chilly with more cloud on Tuesday night into Wednesday. Wednesday, a lot of cloud. It's still dry. We're still chasing those cloud amounts on Thursday, but temperatures could rise somewhat with some slightly warmer feeling air.
Well, that's about it from me. Have a very good afternoon. Bye-bye.
I've lost count of how many times I've been